Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you. Let's examine Guidewire, a cutting-edge insurance program and its uses for accelerating insurance processes.
We have this object. Can we access this SSNN with the AB contact object? No, right? Because AB person is having all the fields related to the AB contact. Because it is a supertype. It is inheriting from the supertype, but it doesn't. Supertype is not inheriting from the subtype, right? If we are creating an object of the AB person object, we will be able to fetch the properties from the AB contact. That is name. Because it's generic, the name email ID is generic. All the generic fields, we place it in the supertype, and all the specific fields, we place it in the subtypes. I will tell you how to define the supertypes and how to define subtypes in the guidebook in the data model session. And then there is a separate subtype session. We'll be defining that there. You can see in this data model, right training app is having relationship with the address entity. You can see there is a one-to-many relationship. One-to-many relationship means the array key relationship. AB contact can have multiple addresses. One contact can have multiple addresses in it, right? Similarly, one contact can have multiple bank accounts. We are having one-to-many relationships here in Guide, where we call one-to-many relationships as array key relationships. But if you want to see this relationship in the Guide Bar Studio, we can see that. We can open the file and we can see the bank account table. You can see it's an array key. Bank account is the array key to the AB contact entity. And we have defined it in the. You can see copy and see this particular bank account entity as well. It will have some separate fields. These two entities are connected with one-to-many relationship, and this is how one-to-many relationship is formed. As an array key, if you want to form a foreign key relationship, then we have to. From drop-down, we have to select the foreign key. And then we can define the entity name with which we want to have the foreign key relationship. Whatever relationships we are creating here, right, it will reflect the database in the tables. We have talked about the subtype and the supertype hierarchy, right? It is talking about that here as well. A B contact is a supertype. It can have multiple subtypes, a B person company and a B place. A B person further can have different subtypes. There can be different type of persons available. Adjudicator, vendor and a policy person, right? Similarly, it is something which we can have a hierarchy. It's not like a B child cannot act as a parent to other children, right? It can be multi-level. In Java, we have seen, right, multi-level inheritance. It's similar to that. And this shows our training app screen, how it looks like. I've already started the server for the training app for you guys, just to cut down the wastage of the time. Training app would be hosted in this particular. Your local. If you are setting up training app in your local, it will be hosted in the AAA0 port. There is a default username and password SUG. And you can log in with that. This is how the training app looks like. Once you do your training app setup right, you just try to load the sample data. Right now, our training app doesn't contain any data in it, right? We need to load the sample data. If we want to do some operations right, we need to have some data in hand. For that, we'll go to the internal tools and then click on AB sample data. And then one by one, we'll load the sample data. We'll load the sample data from here. And once it is loaded, then we'll load the context and we'll load the additional training sample data as well. There are multiple places where we can write the Gosu language. One place is the PCF method. The PCF files, right, which we have shown you. There are PCF files, right, which are specifically for the UI. Those PCF files. Inside those we can use the Gosu. Inside the enhancements, I've told you about the enhancements, right? If you want to, and there is already read-only class, right, for the generated entities. If you want to enhance those classes, we need to write the enhancement. Gosu is written when we write the enhancements. Gosu is written when we write the methods and inside the Gosu classes. There is a script parameter concept. There also the Gosu language is used. Widget attribute. Widget attribute is a concept in the PCF file where we need to map the data in the PCF file. We'll be covering all these topics in detail in the later sessions. I know it might be 80% you are getting right now, but yes, we will cover everything in detail further. For now, you can understand that Gosu is used everywhere. Starting from the querying, starting from the UI and from to the application layer. You will get a zip file for training app. You will get not a zip file. I think you will get an executable file. You from Cloud Foundation will get an executable file. When you click on this, double click on this executable file, right? It will extract all the files related to the training app. And you can place it anywhere. I have placed it here inside this block. If when it is under these are the different files which opens up, right? And this is a folder structure, and from Studio you can see the similar folder structure here. Whatever you are able to see here in the Studio, right, it will be stored in the Modules folder. Inside the configuration here, you can see all these folders here. You can see plugins. For plugins there is a plugin concept, right? All the plugins are written in the guide bar in this. All the PCF files are stored and are created in this PCF location. All the entities are stored in the extension tab. And any questions up till here? We'll be getting this zip file today. I'll check with the team too, and I'll tell them to send it to you on parity. Then that you can go ahead and you can start with the setup. You have to use. Let me write it in Notepad. You can also take just screenshot of it. What you have to do is you have to install Java first. You will get the job from the Oracle website and install 1.8.0. Try to install this version 9.2. Or it will also be listed. It can also be listed as 1.9. That can also be. This is how it can be listed. Once the Java is installed, you need to set the environment variable. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.